For 15.3, more three-dimensional solids. How can you identify and describe rectangular prisms, cubes, and triangular prisms? Draw to sort the three-dimensional solids. Okay, so I see that some of these shapes have one face versus some of these shapes have two faces. So that's how we're going to sort them. Okay, so all of these guys have one face, and all of these shapes down here have two faces. F-A-C-E-S. Okay. All right. Very nice. Look at the faces, the vertices, and the edges of these solids. So we have a rectangular prism, we have a cube, and we have a triangular prism. Okay. A rectangular prism is a shape, a three-dimensional shape that has two square faces and then four rectangular faces on each side. A cube is a shape that has square faces on all sides. And then we have a triangular prism, which has two triangle faces, one on each side, and then it's got 1, 2, 3 rectangular faces. Okay? A face is a flat surface of a solid. An edge is where two faces meet. So this line right here, and here, and here, those two faces meet. And then a vertex or a vertice is where three or more edges meet right here. So these little dots right here are going to be your vertices. The corners, the corner pieces. Okay, use rectangular prisms, cubes, and triangular prisms. Sort the solids into groups, name and draw the solids. Okay, so we have one that has 6 faces. So let's look. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's going to be a rectangular prism. Now it's going to be a little difficult to draw, but we're going to do it. Okay. Boom. There we go. There's our rectangular prism. Okay, now let's do one that has 5 faces. Let's look. Our cube has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 faces. Oh, so number 1, we can actually draw a cube too. But make sure it's a cube and not a rectangle. Okay, a shape that has 5 faces. Okay, let's look at our triangular prism. It has 1, 2 triangle faces, and then 1, 2, 3 rectangle faces. So 2 plus 3 equals 5, so that's 5 faces. So for 5 faces, it's going to be a triangular prism. Just like that. Okay, 9 edges. Okay, so edges are where two faces meet. So let's look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? 12 on that one. Okay. Let's look at the cube. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Now let's look at our triangular prism. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so 9 edges is our triangular prism. There we go. And 8 vertices. 8 vertices are the points at which the edges meet. So wherever the edges meet is going to be our shape. So if we look at our cube, we already have 4 vertices, and then we're going to have 4 on bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 8 vertices. And also the same thing can be applied to our rectangular prism. Here, I'll draw it on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So for this one, 8 vertices, it can be our cube. And it can also be our rectangular prism. Okay, there we go. All right, use three-dimensional solids, write how many. Okay, so for the solid, we have our cube, our triangular prism, and our rectangular prism. Okay, Then we're going to write the number of faces, the number of edges, and the number of vertices. Okay, the number of faces for the cube is going to be the number of faces, so the number of flat surfaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2 on bottom, 4 around, so that's 6. 6 faces. Number of edges, where all these meet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 edges. And the number of vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is the corners. All right. And then our triangular prism. We have 2 triangle faces, 1, 2, and then 3 rectangle faces. So that's 5 faces total. Now we've got our edges, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 edges. Okay, and then we have our vertices, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now we have our rectangular prism. We have 2 on top and 4 around, so that's going to be 6 faces. The number of edges, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 edges. And then the number of vertices, the points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 vertices. Good. All right. How many faces of a cube are squares? Tricks on you. Joke's on you. All of the faces of a cube are squares. So there are 6 faces. Which solid has some faces that are triangles and some faces that are rectangles? Explain. Okay, so which solid has some faces that are triangles? That would be the triangular prism. Prism. Okay. All right. Explain. So explain the fact that there are 2 triangle faces and 3 regular faces, rectangular faces. All right. For the daily assessment task, I want you guys to choose the correct answer. Number 10, Terry uses this block to build a house. What is the solid? Okay, so looking at the shape, looking at the faces, looking at the edges and the vertices, what shape is that? Is that a cube, a rectangular prism, or a cylinder? Number 11, Johnny builds a birdhouse. It has 6 faces. The faces are all squares that are the same size. Which shows the shape of Johnny's birdhouse? Okay, so which one has 6 faces that are all the same size and all the same shape? Okay, number 12, Louise builds an object with only triangles and rectangles. Which object does he build? So only triangles and rectangles, can't be circles. Number 13, which solid has 5 faces? So 5 flat faces that you can lay it down on the ground. Okay, and then you have your homework that you should be able to complete on your own. All right, so name and draw a solid to match. So which one has 5 faces and 8 vertices? How many faces are a cube of squares? How many faces of a triangular prism are rectangles? And how many faces of a triangular prism are triangles? Okay, number 6, Sam finds a small cube. He counts the vertices, which are the corners. How many does he count? Number 7, Jackie chooses a triangular prism. She counts the edges. So the edges are the lines at which the faces meet. So how many edges does she count on this shape? Okay, how many more vertices does a cube have than a triangular prism? So I would suggest drawing the shapes, cube, and then a triangular prism, and count the vertices, which are the corners. Okay? Alrighty. Awesome.